Alrighty then, I'm going to get this title together and we'll be ready to get started. This is a 1948D. And there we go. Ready to get started. 1948D plastic tubed roll. My name's Chuck. This is Copper Coins. I don't do that very often. Reveal number 867. We're going to go through a 1948D roll and take a look for goodies that belong to the people whose names are on the back of these flips. You purchase those coins every other Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We go through a shotgun start for each roll, and you guys purchase up the 50 coins that come out of the roll. They go quickly. And then sometime during the week, we find the time to go through them. And there we go. 1948D, Carrie Bruce. First person in this roll. Would you look at that coin? That's pretty. That's kind of cute. Let's get in there. Dig in deep. See what we got. I lighten that up for the bronze, so I've got to darken it back up for the bright copy. Howdy, Mr. Dan. What do we have here? See if we have anything at all. Don't have an RPM here. I don't see a double die so far. We're going to check the reverse on at least some of these. We'll go through 10 coins looking at the reverse. Okay, I kind of had a moment there thinking that maybe we might have some doubling right here on the end, because that's kind of sort of near the middle of the design. That's where we would see a class 4 doubling. But then I noticed that it comes on up here, and that wouldn't be doubling. That is either a die scratch or a crack, and because it's so straight, I think it's probably a die scratch. That would be the most easily apparent difference between a scratch and a crack. I don't see parvas. You got parvas in here? Oh, Parvas is watching but not talking. Hello, Parvas. Somebody sees you on the list. I'm glad you're here. It means you're watching. Say hi so we know you're okay. Or say not okay. We'll find out one way or the other. Of course, he may be watching on his TV and can't comment. Never know. Anyway, glad you're here, Parvas. I don't have proof of it, but a certain birdie told me. Alrighty. Nothing on this reverse. Reverse number 2. Let's move on to coin number 3. Bleen. I got to add some Lincoln Cent singles and maybe some rolls to the auction for this evening. And I'll be ready to post the list. I said I was going to do it between these reveals and forgot. We've already seen the obverse die for this reverse, but it doesn't hurt to look at it again. just in case I might have missed something. What's up, Mike? Number 4, Mr. McCumber. Oh. Nothing on the mint mark. Same old stuff. That's kind of what it is with me. Same old stuff. Ugh. I guess on the good side with this Ozempic, kind of makes me feel like I'm going to yak on myself a lot of times, but I've managed to shed off 25 pounds with it. So I'm almost back to being normal again. I thought I was going to blow up like a balloon there for a while. Throw plugs out for other channels? It kind of depends on whose channel. Most, I wouldn't mind at all. No, I haven't done probiotics. Nearly all of them, in fact, I wouldn't mind, but there are a few I just don't want to advertise them. This is an RPM. It's split lower serif. I'm trying to show it to you. Probably just need to make it brighter. Okay, that's different. Yeah, sure. There's certain people that some of my friends are friends with, and I'm careful about what kind of chitter chatter I let on the channel because, well, some of them people ain't good people. Not my friends, but the friends of friends, the other people. Okay, Dan, I appreciate that. Did you hear what was causing it, though? I'm not having gut issues so much. Basically, what Ozempic does, and the reason it's helping people with weight loss, is part of the GLP inhibitor actually slows your digestive system, and it helps manage blood sugar. It was intended for diabetics, and somebody figured out it helps you lose weight, so then it suddenly blossomed into a weight loss drug. But I'm actually taking it for the reasons they initially created the Ozempic for. And, well, I don't know that that's Dyewear right there. It looks almost like a double eyelid, but it is not. I don't believe. Yeah, so the typical stuff is Iowa Vet and Fire Ag is putting up a thingy there. DHC has helped to get 250 subs, along with 2 others are doing a giveaway when you hit 250. Now, if you want to go to his channel, you can click the 3 dots to the right of his name, and I'm going to tell you how to do it in a way that doesn't interrupt us. But you right click on it, hit go to channel, right click, and then hit open link in new tab. That's if you're on a pooter. And it will give you the opportunity to visit the channel. And I'm going to do it. And I'm also going to give Iowa Vet and Fire a blue name. That's why I was away from my keyboard there for a bit. Or away from my microscope there for a bit. Anyway. Yeah, the Ozempic really doesn't bother me that much as long as I know that's the symptom and that's the reason for the symptom. I'm good. I'm all right. Because it's just kind of almost like sort of not a heartburn indigestion. It's kind of like a gut movement indigestion, kind of weird. And it's sometimes not caused by food at all. Sometimes when my stomach is empty, it does that. Now, what I have just begun to do today is I'm loading up on water, trying to see if water helps keep it from happening. Unfortunately, what water does to me, though, is it causes me to become a bit undernourished because I don't eat much the way it is. And if I'm filling my stomach with water, I'm not eating much that way either. So, I mean, I know I could stand to lose some weight, but not by undernourishing myself. Undernourishment is not good. We don't want to do that. All right. Check coin number 10 here, Miss Sissy. Well, I'm hoping we get something pretty out of this. We got some nice coins. Got some pretty nice coins out of here. But so far, I've not really seen a whole lot for a die variety at all. Not at all. So, one of the things I'd talk about, and I'm still talking because I haven't really started doing yet because, well, okay, first of all, I'm reworking the Copper Coins website. And I'm reworking it, trying to keep expansion and scope, scalability, breadth of subject term, and everything else in mind while I'm putting this together. And I'm trying to use AI to help me with the project, but I have not yet found an interface that I can use to have AI help me organize and write the code to create the new Copper Coins. Hey, Robert Bruce. Good morning to you. And so I'm kind of in a catch-all here. I'm kind of in a bad spot because I want to work on and finish up the website and get it out there so people can use it. But at the same time, I have so many new ideas. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Nice RPM. Nice RPM. It's got a little string on the left side of it. And a little tiny bit of peach fuzz. But it's got really nice split serifs, upper and lower. So there you go. We did find a cute one. After all. All right, let's see if... Oh, look at that. Boom. How nice. We have a doubled I and an RPM. Yeah, that's right. She's a beaut, Clark. Hey, Paula. Looks like he's got his tongue stuck out because there's a hit right on the lip. But that's not related to this at all. Let's see if there's any doubling upstairs, because a lot of times there is. When there's really nice doubling on the eye, that looks like a little beady thing next to the T there that's probably not a part of another T. So let's keep rolling here. Sometimes there will be a bar underneath the L on coins like this. Crypto and Shrimp Cowboy, I don't want to do that. I want to start with a completely new foundation and build a new website from scratch, because I don't want to use the exact same database that I have now. It needs to be completely reworked, and I don't want to I don't want to use the poor security my website currently has. I don't want to use any of the foundation my website currently has. I want to change it completely, and I want modern technology to help me do that. So I can't just have code written and copy and paste it into files. That's just not going to work. That looks like a class 6 right there. I got nothing in Liberty and nothing on the date. Well, Liberty maybe, but not the date. What I'm looking at is possibly using Laravel to create a new foundation for the website, and then using something else. And I hear there is there's a thing called Copilot, some form or fashion, that I need to learn more about. Yes, I did, Paula. And I have spoken with Ken at length about the subject in the past. And in fact, we just talked a week and a half ago. I would like to know how I can contact the people who are heading up that department, because thanks, Jim. I do not know for sure whether or not I belong in with the whole class action lawsuit against a publisher, because I don't know if the books that copy my information or have plagiarized my information are actually a part of that list. Now, if they are, I will join the class. I have zero problem with putting my name down saying that I'm suing someone, because I think it's time. I think it needs to be done. Oh, he turned off commenting on it? Oh. Yeah. I'll call him on the phone and teach him how to do it then. Or you can. See if you can get a hold of him and teach him how to turn comments back on. On today about a 92D close AM. No, I did not. I have not seen that. I have not been on Facebook today. I've been laying in a dentist chair most of the morning. I'm just now coming to life for the day. Crypto and Shrimp Cowboy, I would like to talk with you about that if you have time. Okay, Paula. We got another case of a 43 copper that doesn't stick to a magnet, but you can't really read the date very well. Something like that. So corroded you can't tell it's really whether it's a 92 or not. Could be a 93, but we're not sure. Yeah. 92D close AM would indeed be a rarity. And if this is one, more power to whomever found it. One of the altered coin. Okay. Well, I'll have to take a look. Is that one of the altered ones like the one that I picked apart that one time? I think I still have one of the... he sent me two of them. One to keep and one to dissect. And so I've got one around here somewhere that I could redo photos of or re-examine or whatever anybody needs. Absolutely, Paula. I'll let you know. In fact, I got not a whole lot planned this afternoon, so I'll just go and take a look at it when we get done here. And then we do have an auction coming up this evening for the people who have more recently showed up. Well, that's just interesting right there. That's a stain on the coin. That kind of shucks. Not really liking that much. Thank you, Crypto. Yeah, I will reply to the email with my phone number so that you will know. Should we have a phone conversation when I call you, you will recognize the number. So that you know I'm not a spam caller. My name is not spam likely. Someone did drool on this coin. Not this one, but the previous one. It's, yeah. Well, we got one really, really nice DDO RPM combi in here, but we have not found much anything else. It looks like a beautiful day outside. It is nice and bright and sunny. The sky is perfectly blue, but the temperature outside is like 38 degrees. It's a little bit on the chilly side. First time I think I've ever heard of this in this part of North Carolina. Oh, look, that might be a Bar L. Oh, there we go again. Sorry, I'm fine. That might be a Bar L again. Or a Bar L anyway. I'll have to show that to Eric. So, Eric, I'm going to put that one off to the side. Possible Bar L. Blue skies and 60 in the dirty south. Well, we're not quite so dirty. We're in the northernmost southern state. So, there you go. Actually, Virginia beats us, but they're a split state anyway. Pretty sure they were a split state. Wasn't Virginia a border state, a split state? Or were they all southern? No, they were all southern, Chuck. Their capital city was in Richmond. Duh. So yeah, we're not the northernmost southern state, but if you look in the states now considered the southeast includes what is it? Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So that's where I was headed with my fumbling anyway. So I should be smacked for saying Virginia was a northern state. I can't show my face in that state. Not anymore. Sorry, Virginia. DC and all you other guys. I used to have a pretty good faux Virginia southern accent because I had a scout leader when I was a kid who was from Virginia. And I wondered for a long time why he talked the way he did. Then one day I just got up the guts and asked him. I said, why is it that you have the accent you do? Because I can hear it. And he says, oh, I have an accent? I said, yeah, you have an accent. He said, oh, well, it's probably because I'm from Virginia. I thought, oh, okay. So that's what those people sound like. I had never been to Virginia. I didn't go to Virginia till I was an adult. Just not a part of the world that I ever saw as a younger. Woof. Bliss, Idaho. Sissy. Go back to Florida. Good Lord, 29 degrees. Don't come to North Carolina anytime soon. We're about to get walloped. In fact, even in Florida, it's probably going to get below freezing in Orlando. Gonna have to put the flames up on the oranges. You can do Cajun English pretty good? Yeah. Nah, I'm probably no better at doing it than Justin Wilson was when he would do his cooking. I guarantee. My dad used to watch Justin Wilson. Or he would say his name is Justin. You're not going to be home for 3 weeks? Good Lord. Well, you guys are banking up the money while you can, I guess, huh? I tell you what, though. Driving trucks and being in transport is a really good job to have these days. Because, well, you still have to move stuff across the country, even if AI takes over everything else. Until AI figures out how to drive autonomously, which we've already kind of figured it out, but it's a little dangerous. It's just really hard to trust a vehicle that moves without a person and stays on the road between the stripes. Usually have freezing temps this time of year. Yeah, it's because of that stupid high ridge that won't move. You got a high ridge blanketing the entire western half of the country. A, it's causing fire danger, and B, it's raising the temperatures way above where they should be. My sister lives in Colorado. They're not getting anywhere near the snow that they should be. Hello, Steven. Wait a minute. You changed your name on me. I know who you are. Good day, sir. Evo Revo up here next. I think you did. Steve Allen, right? Right? Okay. It varies on platform. You know what? I bet I haven't seen you on YouTube since they got rid of the names we created when we, when we are seen on screen. That was different from our actual usernames. There we go. There's an RPM. Well, mine are split upper and lower serif RPM there. All right, sissy, you be careful. You guys be safe out there on the roads. Tell John I said hi. That's really, Steve, that's the only way I was able to get it, because the word soda, and I know your first name. And I know what you used to go by. So that kind of allowed me to put it together. Oh, well, yeah, Whatnot. Whatnot's not really all that fun all the time. I am going to be doing some Whatnot stuff at another point in time. I've got a lot of stuff left to sell. Oh man, look at that. That's nice. Really nice, strong, closely hubbed, but very nice, strong double eyelid. Love that. That's what we're looking for, folks. That's not the... Of course, this one's got some issues. It's actually just got a die issue, and then it's got a hit right on the boxing part that swells when you box and get hit in the eye. Yes, YouTube is relatively fun to use when you're talking about doing lives and not selling live, but when you're doing things like podcasts and shows and stuff, creating videos for content. I'm not as robustly a supporter of YouTube for selling online because there is no interface to allow a person to do an auction online using YouTube. YouTube was not designed for it, and it's kind of cumbersome. Four to 8 inches in Dallas. Well, buckle up, Buttercup. You're about to see some winter. Correct. Fees are non-existent. Thing is, though, I mean, they get their money. I mean, everybody gets their money if you're not cheating them anyway. And I don't see it as cheating because they don't require it. They don't ask for it. But you do watch a lot of commercials, a lot of paid ads doing YouTube. Once I save this and we all go about our merry way, if you want to come back and watch the show, you're welcome to any time. But you're going to watch a commercial before you can see the show. That kind of stuff. If I do content videos, of course I have some choice in the matter. But if you're going to watch content videos on my channel, you're going to see advertising. That's how they get away with that. But correct, the sellers don't pay fees selling on YouTube. Get it? Got it. Good. But when you're doing those payments, how do you get the payments? That you tell people on YouTube that you're using friends and family PayPal. That could get you removed from PayPal because if you're doing business, taking money, doing business, you should be using goods and services payments only because PayPal is a business. They make their money by charging those fees. In fact, they process credit cards, and when they process credit cards, they have to pay a fee to process credit cards. So they're collecting that money to pay their people and to keep their business going and to pay their vendors, banks and such. But yeah, so there's another one. Pretty doubled eyelid. I love that. I like doubled eyelids like this. This one's an obvious one. This one's one of those ones that you can't say, no, that's just a die scratch. Nope. That's definitely a doubled eyelid right there. Love it. Love it. All right. Moving right along. Carl. Let's see what Carl has. Some of these coins have been somewhat exposed. It's kind of weird. It's an odd one. Yeah, Carl, I'm going to give you money back on this one. I don't like this coin. It is uncirculated. I don't know what it's coming from or why. Let's see, 866, 1 to Carl. 867, 1 to Carl. I don't see any more like that in this roll. This is weird. This is like the one coin that had to be thrown in because somebody took something out or something. Auction tonight, yes, Brad. And good afternoon to you. I've got just a bunch of stuff that was purchased over counter at dealer shops over the years, and especially from a friend of mine, Robbie. Oh, there's a nice double split serif right there. And so I've got this stuff, and it's taking up room. And well, I've already zeroed it out of inventory, so I can charge whatever I want for it, for the most part, anyway. And so I'm doing kind of a special sale because it's not all Lincoln cents. Got some Canadian, got some foreign, got some proof sets. One of my foreign coins, I showed it earlier, is 28 grams of silver from 1770. Nice silver coin. I'm charging barely over melt to start on that one. I think I got it starting at $100. Melt is 85. So, yeah. I don't remember exactly where this is from. Oh, yeah, the German states, Bavaria. It's a Bavarian coin. It is a Thaler KM 519.2, Maximilian the Third. 1770. Nice coin. VF-ish condition. Go look it up. You'll see that people are selling those for up to $250. I'm starting at less than half of that. Because honestly, I'm not really sure how I got the coin or how much I got the coin for. All I know is that it belongs to me, and I don't really have a good place for it. So it goes on to someone else. I think I bought it because it was dated. And the date is older than our country. So, yeah. I also have an ancient coin that's coming up tonight. I've got baggies of flipped Lincoln cents. I've got pages and pages and pages full of Lincoln cents plus other coins. So far, I think I've got about 40 to 45 lots ready. So, yeah, that's oh, that's an understatement for sure. Yeah, I've got, at one point in time, I know I had to have thousands and thousands of coins that don't fit. And I'd put them in a box and stick them in a closet. Now, I'm just going to put them up for sale and get rid of them. They don't fit. And, well, you know, like they said, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. Yes, Brad. 4 p.m. Pacific time. Being Pacific about it, yes. Oh, man, that's got a stain on it, but it's one of those really nice doubled eyelids. Love the coin. Love that doubling. But the staining can go away, far as I'm concerned. Silver samurai coin, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so in case anyone is curious, because the silver is spiking these days, and it's damn near hit 3 digits now, I am still accepting silver. Hey, there's a really nice one. I am still accepting silver in the same way that I have before. It will be the close for silver on the day of the auction, which is today. So whatever silver closes at, I am accepting at melt value. Okay, that just got turned in the perfect way to the perfect angle. Can anyone tell me what they think they see? It's a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. If there was a real emergency in your area, local... okay, no, never mind. We have a shape. And that shape, I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. It really looks like that. I'm going to take a picture of that. Here, in fact, I'm going to get it pretty and take a picture of it, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to reproduce this as obviously as it appears here. So I'm just going to make sure before I move that around a lot that I get it in this lighting angle. It looks a little thin side to side. Looks a little thin. But yeah, that does indeed look like a mint mark above the mint mark. So, snap. Nope. Cancel that. What are we doing wrong here? Huh? Come on. Camera. Snap. There we go. Go make me a picture. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to save it automatically. What is going on? Okay, we'll just... I don't want to have to come up with a file. Are you serious? What is going on here? Okay, well, let's do that. 1948D and D. There. Now, there's a couple of things working against us on this, and I will show you those couple of things that are working against us. Now, this part here that looks like the stick of a D is right next to another little thing that parallels it, and another little thing that sort of parallels that. And if you look around, you'll see a bunch of other die scratches that kind of run in essentially the same direction. And the fact that we can see this could come from this die flow line that's kind of extra heavy coming out this way. And then we could have just a happen chance convergence of those two items to create what appears to be a D shape. Now, that I've already gotten the photo, let's turn. Oh, no, that's even stronger. Good Lord. Shallow. Huh. A lot of flow lines. I'm not convinced, but this is one worth studying. Waiting for a different die state to pop up, or another coin. I mean, of course, it's repeatable even if it is die scratches. But, dude, really? That looks like a D. Well, it wouldn't be a weak strike, Frank. The strike is all about the coin, how the die hits the coin. This would be a weak mint mark punch. But we don't really even know that for sure because we don't know that it's a mint mark punch. Kind of got to work on proving that. Here's another one. Okay. So if we have one, we've got two. One goes to Jim, one goes to Brad. Let me zoom out a little bit and see what it looks like then. Now, once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. That's part of the problem. It's going to be hard to prove because it's hard to... Let's see. Let's flip it around this way and get a better... That's a better look at it. I'm leaning toward the side of disprove at this point. Because of that. Somewhere in here is your two legs of the D, the outer curve and the stick, and two more sticks plus another one over here, plus another one here, and another one over here, and then you got these up here. Bagumba. I don't think so. Man, that is convincing. This is one for the books, I'm telling you. Because it looks so much like it when you get it at the right angle, but when you change the angle, you can see what it really is. Wow, that's neat. Jimbo, you still here? Can I buy this coin from you? Number 45. Here's one for Doug Rizak. It is, right? It is very interesting how sometimes we come up with stuff that looks like it could be good stuff, and it turns out not to be such good stuff. Yet we still want it to be good stuff because, well, we like value, we like pretties, we like a story with a coin. And man, sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes some people will go to all lengths of the earth to make something into something it isn't. And as a pro at doing this, as someone who's been doing, oh, look at that. This is going to have a really nice doubled eyelid too. Won't crank. There it is. Dang, Hank gets a nice one. Really nice doubled eye and a nice heavily split serifed RPM. But when you are in the position of playing the role of an authority on something, one who judges and makes decisions based on experience and judgment, you can't let stuff like that fool you. You have to be sure. And I'll be darned if you're not sure, you're not going to get very far. Because people aren't going to really trust your judgment once enough of your stuff gets disproved. This one is a minor RPM. We've already been here with this one. I'm going to shove it in the pile just in case it happens to be the same die as one of our more minor RPMs. It's got a hit on the top of the mint mark, makes it very difficult to identify. Well, thank you, Brad. I just want something as a teaching tool. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll pull yours out and make a note. We may actually eventually find another one or two. There is one, maybe. Is that one of them? There's some chance this one could be the same die in an earlier state. That would support my idea. I'm going to have to set this aside. Oh, let's look at the rest of the coin. How about that? Not a doubled eyelid. Not a bar L or anything like that. There is some chance that this one could be related. Oh, I can check that real quick. I can find out on that real quick. Let's see. I'll find Brad's coin. I put it up here. That's what I did. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see if we can find that marker on the ex-Brad coin. Okay, so this is the other coin right here. And let me look at it again. Okay, we'd be looking for an uphill climb from the upper third of the D to the upper quarter of the W. We don't have it. So probably not the same die. I was thinking maybe we would have a progression. Distance from the D to the 4 and the 9 is about equidistant, and we are just below level to the top of the 9. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, man, it's close. Okay, well, let's find another marker. Let's see if we cross back and forth with another marker. I'm looking at the marks above and to the left of the 4 now. And then, yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff I was seeing. There is a heavy mark right on the top of the 8. Let's see if we have that. We do. It's older. And that supports my theory. What else can I find? Okay, there's a heavy scratch just to the right of the E. Let's go over here. And no scratch. Okay, let's find one that matches from here and go across to the older coin. Because I could be looking for markers that would exist on an older coin but not on an earlier coin. Good marker. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure what that is out in front of the chin. So I'm going to use the heavy die scratch. Actually, a pair of heavy die scratches just outside the bow tie area. Oh, great. We've got a whole field of scratches. Okay, the reverse can prove it, but usually won't, especially when they're this far apart. Let's look for the curvature on the top of the E and the T. There's also, wait a minute. There we go. We have a heavy scratch right above the E. It's a grave accent right above the E. Look at that. We're kind of close. But this should show on the later coin. So I'm kind of going, probably not. Paula, absolutely. I'll give you whatever you need. I am going to toss this back in the Brad flip. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one in Taco John's flip. I don't think they're the same die. I was really hoping, because a progression of that can show us what it does when we see an earlier and later example of something that almost fooled us. All right, here's for Ant. Let's see what we got for Ant. Oh, I need to back out a little bit. That's another one of them right there. It really has that almost a D look, but it just isn't. Hey, wait a minute. Nice doubled eyelid. That's right. These have the eyelids. So that other one is not the same die. What did I let fool me through all of that? Man, I got dragged through the coals on that one because I wasn't remembering something I had already seen. A nice doubled eyelid on the ones that have the D appearance. We'll call this one the D disprovence doubled eyelid. Disprovence is not a word, but it is now. Why? Because it's my channel and I said so. I can do that. Make up language all I want to. All right, last coin. Last and final coin before I turn off this comedy adventure. And just like Unkish, that's correct. Unkish is a word too. All right, well, we got nothing going on. We've got nothing going on with this particular coin. And so now, I'll draw this to a close. And we'll see you next time on ABC's Wide World of Sports. No, wait a minute. It will be 7 o'clock. 7 p.m., boys and girls. We're going to be doing an auction. Come and hang out. You don't have to buy if you're there. I would like for you to buy everything I've got, but you don't have to buy if you're there. And I will talk to you later. 7 p.m. Eastern Time.